Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to share the storyline of Harper and Audrey for you guys, and I will highly recommend you also go ahead, go watch and support. But before we actually get into it, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. So let's get right into it and not waste any more time.
I think I'm gonna get it. Okay, then you definitely shouldn't apply. I'm not actually gonna go. Well, it would depend on when. Gianna's just insecure because you're smarter than her. Gianna got her JD at Oxford. I've never had them, so I'm thinking about doing that. What do you think about that? I do remember that. Okay, I'll be right back. What do you want? I asked you.
Yes, so basically I have already done, a review regarding Harper and her girlfriend's relationship. Now I will be speaking about this affair that happened, between, in this case, Harper and Audrey on the series called Hall and Harper. Yes, like I said in the previous video that I have done, this is probably one of my favorite content released, this year of 2025 when it comes to queerness. I just feel like this one was so real, so like original, and not only that, like the cast, the characters, like the scenes, everything was just giving what it's supposed to give. And that's why, I just had to go ahead and put it out there just in case any of you haven't watched it yet. I was super hyper mega recommend it. So let's get right into it and not waste any more time. Just in case any of you don't know what the show is about, basically the show follows Hall and Harper, two adult siblings, as they are dealing with the aftermath of their mother's passing and the impact that it actually has on their lives and their relationships as well. And also trying to understand, and build a better relationship when it comes to their father, and also knowing that their father, he has another baby on the way and is married. So they're just trying to, keep the family together, while Hall and Harper as brothers are also trying to build a better relationship when it comes to them too as well. But my main focus is to speak about, in this case, Audrey and Harper. So Audrey, she's a single mother, and yes, she is a Harper's co-worker. So from the jump, like right straight to it, in the first episode, you can already see that Audrey, she was interested in this case in Harper. She always had that look for her. She always was there to support her no matter what. And obviously Harper going through what she's going through, she actually ended up, going for her, for Audrey, and yes, she ends up cheating on her girlfriend with Audrey. Obviously she felt super bad, she did definitely feel super bad about it, because in this case Harper's long-term term girlfriend actually came in town so that they can spend time together, and also like they had other plans. But I want to speak about it because I already had a video done regarding that. But you can start to see that Harper slowly but surely was starting to feel divided emotionally when it comes to Audrey and her girlfriend Jessie, because you can see that she definitely does love her girlfriend and for everything that they went through already and what they have built. But then here comes someone new in your life that you don't expect that you will ever meet, because you're already in love with someone else, and you actually end up falling for someone that's also very genuine and good-hearted, and it wants to see you win, so it's kind of complicated for Harper to deal with these emotions. Obviously, Audrey, she was very patient. She never forced, Harper to do anything that she wasn't ready to do. But it was also like, she was falling for Harper and she couldn't help it, and she's a single mother. And obviously Harper was always there, to keep her company, because it's also very hard for her. She works to take care of her two kids. She's struggling when it comes to relationships. She wants to be with Harper, but she also knows that Harper has to figure out what she wants to do, and so on and so on. And later on, you can also see that, as the season progresses, slowly but surely, Harper and Audrey decide to get very close together when Harper and her girlfriend have decided to take a break. And while they were taking a break, Jessie, in this case Harper's girlfriend, actually went somewhere else, to go breathe and to go think. But Harper had other plans. She actually went and spent their break, with Audrey, and that's when she started to get way more closer and closer to Audrey. And not only that, Audrey also helped Harper, apply for a job that she wanted to take in London. And, in this case, you can see that Harper, she was questioning herself if she should do it, if she's not, if she should do it, if she's not, because she doesn't want to leave her family behind. She doesn't want to leave Audrey behind. At this point, she and her girlfriend, they were already broken up, because, there's the moment where her girlfriend just realized that Harper wasn't there. She was gone, so she didn't want to force anything. So she actually ended up breaking up with her. And then later on, as soon as they broke up, you can see that in this case, Harper and Audrey decided to get even more closer together. But now Harper starting to feel guilty because she doesn't want to leave Audrey behind if she actually ends up getting this job. And later on, she does actually get the job. And obviously, you can see that, hey, like, I want you to come with me to London. I want you to be with me in London. But obviously Audrey said, no, you need to go and live this moment by yourself. You need to go, experiment this moment by yourself. And obviously it was very hard for her because at this point the two was already so emotionally involved with one another. And it was a hard decision to make for Harper because, like I said, she has to leave everything behind. But it was also a fresh start for her, and obviously Audrey would be there if she actually one day decides to come back. But I definitely did like the fact that Audrey, she didn't force anything. She just laid, like, she was always there to support her, to help her through it. But she was falling for her, and she knew that it wouldn't last because of the circumstances of life. But the moments that they did spend together was super cute and super adorable, but also kind of messy. Imagine falling in love with someone while you were in love with someone, and then you break up with your first love, and as soon as you break up with your first love, you actually end up getting involved with someone else that you were already involved with while you were still with your first love. That is a mess. But yeah, that is basically what it is about. I don't feel like there's no one that's mean, that is like the evil person, none of that. I just feel like it's three women with very who love very hardly, and in this case, Jesse and Audrey, that fell for the same woman, and that same woman also does love them, but she also has her own things, that she has to figure out in life, and not only on a personal level, but also when it comes to family and all of that. So yes, I definitely did enjoy this show a lot. Hopefully there will be a season two. I feel like season two would be super amazing, to see, what they can bring more to the table, like what will happen in this case if Jessie and her in this case Harper rekindle. I'll not rekindle, I say meet again. How will Audrey be, once Harper comes back from London? I feel like there will be so much more to explore, but yeah, like I said, this is probably one of my favorite contents released this year, and that's why I just had to review it and just give my personal feedback on it because I feel like it is an important topic. Like, and the thing is, like, you guys can, if you actually follow the show, you can see that Harper is going through a lot. Like, she really is going through a lot when it comes to her brother, when it comes to her father, when it comes to her girlfriend, and now falling for someone new. And it's a lot. It's a complex story. Each episode is around 30 minutes long, 25 to 30 minutes long. It has one season available, and it's available to watch on Stan. And once again, it is called Hall and Harper. Hall and Harper. Yes, so yes, guys, that's basically it. Before we go, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. It's very important. And I also want to say thank you so much for all the love and all the support. It definitely 100% doesn't go, unseen. Let's keep growing together, and, let's just take things to the next level. Until the next video, I hope you all have enjoyed this one, and goodbye.